Here is a mesmerizing display of volcanic lightning during an eruption in the Philippines in 2020.
A friendly rhinoceros passes through a village.
The waters of Australia's Lake Hillier are bubblegum pink due to a mixture of bacteria and algae, and the great thing is, it's totally safe to swim in.
Orcas in Alaska come to say hi.
Oh, dude. Whoa, dude. Mouth shut. Oh my god, you guys. Whoa. Oh my god.
The incredible sight of a cave being illuminated by millions of glowworms.
This is after the meat, though. Come on. Who's my girl, huh? Who's my girl, huh? So she knew. Ano doang ni? Tuh. Di sini doang nih hujan nih. Ini di sini doang hujan, lihat. Nih. Luar biasa, kok bisa ya? Kok bisa ya?
Oh my gosh, I just fed a moose. This is insane.
That's crazy.
I want to pet him. Yeah, you like that, Steve?
Yeah.
It's new,
Good
yeah.
job.
You like it, Steve?
Real Alaska adventures. Eat your heart out, Sarah Palin.
We're gonna share.
Here,
We're gonna
stop
share.
She's fine.
You want some, Steve?
You ready?
Is it on camcorder?
No, it's on picture.
Where's my phone?
All right, good morning, my beauties and bees. Welcome to another installment of Live from the Hive. I am having a morning. I was up until like 3 a.m. last night, getting this all set up for dual streaming. It's all set up, but for whatever reason it wouldn't launch, so I mean, at this point, I had to go live. I had to get the show going. I couldn't get it to launch. I don't know what the issue was. My mic audio should be fine. I might be a little low, but I can adjust that over here if my mic's low. It seems like it's low to me looking at it. So I'm gonna bump it up just a little bit, like that. And then I'll roll it back here to balance it out. And that's how I want it right there. So hopefully that clears things up. Tap, tap. Yeah. All right. Yeah, my friend actually took me thrifting this weekend, or earlier this week, and Yeah, I got this dress. It's super cute. Look at it. Oh, I love it. It is so cute. This is kind of my vibe. The whole, like, I like the rockabilly look. I'm like, I probably could would wore it like my. If I'd had more time to get ready, I probably would have like a choker and stuff. But anyway, yeah, late start for the Hive today. I don't think we've started this late in a long time. So, that's okay though. I ain't even mad about it. I'm just saying that that's the situation that we find ourselves in. So, in order to move things along, I'll need you all's help too. I'll be watching the side chat pretty closely today to make sure, because I've changed like all of my scenes and I have to change them all back manually as we go through them, in order to prevent that feedback thing that was happening, that was super annoying. John Hudson is still here. I'm actually, oh my gosh, you mentioned that, so I'm going to tell you right now. I'm actually doing a Pulp Fiction photo shoot. Let me see. I'm actually going to do it right here on the bed behind me, but I got to move things around. I even went out, and I don't smoke cigarettes, but I even went out and got a cigarette to do it, so I could do Mia from Pulp Fiction. I'm going to do the bed scene. It's going to be up on... most of it's gonna be up. It's gonna be up on my OnlyFans. Is the main place it's gonna be. And there. I may post some pictures from it, like other places, but for the most part, it's gonna be up on my OnlyFans. So if you want to enjoy that, if you want to see my Mia cosplay, and see me do the Pulp Fiction photo shoot with and make it a little bit more risque. That's where it's going to be at. I don't know when. It's going to be soon though. Wait, is it that one or Clockwork Orange? I have a hard time with Clockwork Orange because of the graphic sexual assault scene. And then making me feel like empathy for the predator in the film for Ian McDowell's character. That's his name, right? Ian McDowell. But anyway, yeah, for his character, making me feel empathy for him really gets me cringed over. But Pulp Fiction's actually one of my favorite. It's probably my favorite. My favorite Quentin Tarantino film that Quentin Tarantino actually directed, but like Robert Rodrigo films, when it comes to those, Dusk Till Dawn, hands down. Yeah. Yeah. You're gonna want it. I love Christopher Walken too. The cast for Pulp Fiction. Yeah, so many superstars. A lot of people like they just think of Uma Thurman and John Travolta for some reason, but freaking who do we have in that? We have Bruce Willis, Samuel L. Jackson, Christopher Walken. Is Michael Clark Duncan in that too? Is that he plays Marcellus, right? Anyway, it's been a minute since I watched it. I don't remember all the characters' names, but it's star-studded. It's a star-studded film, and it's directed and produced. You just gotta like think of it as like being in an else world kind of thing. You don't think about like existing in the world that we live in today. This is a weird, crazy world. It's the Tarantino verse, the Rodrigo verse, maybe, because you could like rope Desperado and Once Upon a Time in Mexico and those films into it too. Anyway, I'm tangenting, and while I do love a good tangent, I also love going to the polls and seeing what the score is. So, good thing is this will fix it all. Boom, boom, boom. You should be over here. And then That should be right there. Is that right? No. There we go. Oh, shrink it. No, we want it bigger than that. What are you thinking? Sorry. Like I said, things are a little bit off today. So we're going to the polls. All right. Are you with me so far? Because we're starting off, I guess. I pull them up in whatever order I laid them out in. It's never the same. So later on in the show, we'll do the segment that we call our Weekend Weird. And this is just weird topics that don't fit into Cryptic Corner, basically, is what this comes down to. So, for this week's Weekend Weird, we had, on the polls, we had mystical flowers, which is going to be from over the world, I think. I don't think I'm going to select it by continent or anything. So, if you want to see that, you got to vote out here on the polls. These are usually open early in the week. And then Crystal Powers and Cursed Swords, both coming in for second place on this. You want to look at Cursed Swords? You want to see what Crystal Powers are? You got to vote for those. But this week we voted for the Mandela effect, or the Mandela divergence. Yeah, which is what we're going to talk about, all the little points of divergence that allegedly exist, and some of the kookier. We got a video with 25 things on it, so we're going to go through it. Then for Cryptic Corner, which we're about to start here in just excuse me, sorry, in just a minute. We had a star-studded poll. We had tying for third place Skunk Ape and Amityville Reprised. Skunk Ape has been on this list for a long time. Where are my ape lovers? Where are my Skunk Ape fans at? Are there any Skunk Ape fanboys in the live chat? Drop a ape if you're a Skunk Ape fan. You got to come out here and vote for him on the poll, because he's been on this poll for a long, long time. And if we don't get rid of him, we can't find out about the Deer Woman. Just letting you guys know what's beyond the veil of the Skunk Ape. But Amityville Horror is our current ghost topic. Also tying for third place. The Maltese Tiger was the new kid on the block. It's a blue tiger. We will discover more about it when we get into it. And then the winner, of course, was our aliens, the gray aliens specifically, with 50% of the vote. That means out of the 20 people that voted here, 10 people voted for this. That just goes to show you we didn't have a smaller voting pool for these 18 and 20 people. So you can make a difference with just one vote. Or if you have stock accounts, you can make a difference with 2 votes. You can make a difference with 3 votes. You can make a difference with 4 votes. I don't care. Come vote. I love to get that. I love to put the power in your hands. All right. So, that's our polls. Let's get right into Cryptic Corner, because it's time now. It's 9 o'clock. So in order to keep the show on track, I'm going to go ahead and get started over there. These things, when I pull them up, they're going to be, they may be doubled. So I will have to, I'll have to deal with that. But let me know in the live chat if you see them doubled, if you hear them doubled. All right, so moving right out.
This holiday, grab some eggnog. Let's gather around the fireplace and celebrate the birth of our blessed Lord with the soothing sounds of a very special Darth Dawkins Christmas collection. 753 wonderful hits.
Here we go. Shut the fuck up. You're totally clueless, so stop with the shtick. Don't ever talk me, you're being rude. I'm old enough to be your fucking father, dude. Shut the fuck up.
All your favorites are here, in one spectacular collection.
You come into my room and mute me. Restore my mic, you fucking troll. Tubi's a fucking asshole I can't tolerate anymore. I've had to quit this server 4 fucking times before.
Digitally remastered and expertly rendered in high-quality audio. Never before has such a splendid compilation been put together.
So the problem with homosexuals is that God made male for female. The Bible is very clear. Don't be queer, don't be queer, don't be queer. Thank you. Bing, 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 bing.
Order with your credit card in the next 30 minutes, and if you manage to successfully render an argument for intelligibility within your godless worldview, you'll receive a beautifully decorated King James Bible, along with your own personally autographed copy of Dawkins' Presuppositionalist Guide, Crushing Atheism. Absolutely free. Merry Christmas, and a blessed New Year.
Boom! You're not server muted. Get out of my room.
Ooh, that's interesting. I must have closed out the. Oh, goodness. I must have closed out the option to. Or the background on that screen, on the intro screen. That's interesting. I'll have to go and mute that so that you all can actually see it next time. It just pulls into the purple background. It flows better. Doesn't really matter at this point in the show, though. So I'm not going to stress about it. But I appreciate everybody who stuck around through all my tech issues this morning. But let me go ahead and do the intro for Cryptic Corner, and then we'll get this show on the road again. I appreciate y'all. Things are a little bit wonky, so the fact that so many people stuck around through that first 20 minutes of I appreciate y'all. All right. Well, hello, and welcome once again to Cryptic Corner, where we explore the unexplained, the supernatural, the paranormal and hidden, the mysterious, the alien, the accursed, and the forbidden. I'm your host, Miss Bumblebee, and welcome to the show. If you want to participate in the show, you can come on out to the Hive Sci channel. That's HIVESCI every Saturday morning, and we are here discussing. Sometimes it's disgusting. But we are here discussing cryptic topics. So, my titty's hanging out. Hold on, gotta adjust my girls. But we are here discussing cryptid, alien, ghost, all that fun stuff right here on the Hive Sci channel. So if you want to participate in a capacity where you get to vote on what... Oh, goodness, why did that... There we go. If you want, where did that come from? If you want to get to vote on what we cover on Cryptic Corner, you come on out here to the polls on the channel. Just go to that the post section. You see up here where it says post, and it will bring you up to a community board where you can see the things that I post, which is polls for what we cover that week. Like, we're covering gray aliens today because gray aliens won. But if someone had voted for more of these, then boom, surprise koalas. But we vote for other subjects that we cover on the show too, so you can participate in that. And I'm always be dropping memes and doing polls about other stuff. And yeah, I when it comes to ecology, when it comes to just being a meme person, so you can have fun out here and vote on what we cover because it's fun. All right, so without further ado, let's get into some gray aliens. Now, on the show, typically what I do is I pick a topic, right, and then I may do a multitude of things. I can cover. May cover like the history of the topic, like find a video explaining about the history of it. About what the whole concept is, or I may do something where I watch a investigative team of some type go out into the field and try to find Bigfoot, or to go into a haunted house and try to find ghosts, things like that. But today I'm doing one is my favorite to do because when there's enough footage of it to do it, it's fun, and that is we are going to go through and watch gray aliens caught on camera. And the reason I chose to do this is because because there's so much gray alien content, and it's so ingrained in our culture and society that like any one version of how the gray alien phenomena began is really speculation. Because the only thing that's changed is that the aliens went, from being green to gray, but they were fairies before that too. So it's a phenomena that causes us to. There's a psychological phenomenon there. There's something there. There's something there that causes people to wake up in like sleep paralysis, and gray aliens are one of the typical things that are seen. I don't know why. There's ideas that it's our, childhood or our infantile brain seeing as we see adult faces. There's also the idea that it's fairy lore. It's the fairies. It's the fairies. So I don't know. I don't know where we can draw that line specifically. Or that it's kind of like the Shadow Man or the Hat Man. The Hat Man came around in response to that being the neighborhood watch guy. That's my opinion on that. That's my personal thoughts on who the Hat Man is and what his deal is that he is the neighborhood watch guy, and he is become ambiguous in our minds, and now we see him when we have hypnopompic hallucinations. Is that a tapioca weasel? I'm going to sleep soon. I was up all night. I was coding. I was going to say coding, but more talking with ChatGPT about coding, so that's that. My dude, my friend, good morning. What is it like? It's 8. It's a little after 8 there. Yeah, I get some sleep. Leave the show playing maybe, so that I get your views, regardless of whether you're actually able to take it in. But yeah, anyway, let's get started with this. This is going to be fun. I've been looking forward to doing this for a long time. I should have saved it for like a special episode, like our 500th episode or something, but I really want to cover it. Maybe it could have been our 200th episode. What are we up to now on CrypticCorner? Looks like we're up to like 213. 213. So yeah, this will be our better late than never 200th episode, right? Better late than never. Here we go. And these are all really short ones too. But we'll watch them over and over again. And again, let me know how the audio is. Can you hear it still? It's just soft music playing, but... See, this first one here doesn't even look like a gray alien necessarily to me. Well, I don't know what it's doing in these tunnels. There's some eye shine going on there for sure. Let's watch it again. And this one's super old too. How old is this? 12 years ago, yeah. Alright, there's our guy. Eyes pop around the corner. Now the idea that you're supposed to get is this is like an arm here, right? But this is pixelation. So what's going on in this dark sector is really anyone's guess. Like, where it's lighter and where it's darker may not coincide with reality as the pixels try to pull in light from those areas. It's actually going to cause this weird distortion, and anything moving in it will cause distortion all over the place. If you look even where, like, look up here, you see that the pixelation changes even up there in an unrelated area to where this thing is supposedly popping out at. So it may be intuitive to think that this is part of the body, that this limb is part of the body, but it's really not. It's just part of this weird distortion of whatever has these glowing eyes popping out here. So my speculation is that this is an owl, but it could be any number of things. It could be a freaking frog. I don't know the scale, so I don't think it's a frog. I think it's too big to be a frog. If I had to guess, I would say it's a... it could be a possum or a raccoon too, but like I said, watch this. Don't watch this area here. Watch this up here, or watch this down here. Watch them change and shift, even though they're not connected to that in any way to this. So to assume because this is connected to that it's actually physically there is BS, right? It's total nonsense. This is critical thinking, folks. This is why I do the show, being able to like point out things like this, because this is this type of stuff that ghost hunters and monster hunters lean heavily into, and that's one of my key things as a cryptozoologist that I want to focus on, is that as a cryptozoologist, exactly means that I care about the zoology part of this, and I'm not going to pretend that because this camera is struggling to find light in this dark area, that motion is causing it to distort, is any indication that this is a larger, like, man-sized entity, right? Any more than I'm going to assume that this is a cello sitting here because it's vaguely cello-shaped, right? This must be a cello, because why else would it be shaped like a cello? And the creature is spinning the cello because it's a rockabilly band. Oh. Anyway. So, if we watch, the whole thing distorts and the cello disappears. So that's that one. But yeah, they have a whole long outro thing. That was one of our shorter ones, though. Okay. That looks like Roger from American Dad. But like if he was in shape. If Roger worked out, I'm pretty confident that this one is like computer generated, I think, based on the way it's moving, that the shadows, the lighting on the body does not match up with the way the shadow is being cast, right? And the shadow is almost too intense for the lighting situation. There's just something not that it's not in the image itself. It's like over top of it. Like watch the impact on the feet as it moves. And also there's a weird way that these legs overlap. That was like Freddy Krueger music faintly playing in the background there. I don't know if y'all could hear it. I think this is a costume. To me, this is obviously a costume. I can put a big 3 up on a white wall and wear a mask in front of it and do what's it called, where you put the like latex blending and everything. Put it in black and white, throw some static over it, and say it's from the 1950s. Sure. Oh. This is like Rubber Johnny era YouTube stuff. Y'all remember Rubber Johnny? Who remembers Rubber Johnny in the live chat? I might have to take a Rubber Johnny break if y'all don't remember it. It's like from the early days. Woo! Thank you, Mr. Weasel. You're my favorite weasel. Dr. Tapioca Weasel just gifted, looks like 5 memberships because he's the bee's knees. And those were received by the Tapioca Weasel himself. You gifted a membership? Oh, no, you didn't. Okay, never mind. It was received by Rainbow Ash. It was received by Jason Momoa. I didn't even know Jason Momoa watched the stream. Hi, Jason. It was received by Caterpillar, Scott Duke, Paul, what did I say, Paul? I'm not going to try to butcher your last name. Yeah, and I really appreciate you. Thank you so much. That was the stretchy toy, right? No, it was a YouTube video thing. Hold on. Let me see if I can pull it out. Rubber Johnny. It's kind of long though. I'm gonna mute it, but I'll play it for you. I'll play a little bit of it for you. So it was like this. It never clear about who it is. It was like a music video thing, but by the I guess by the Aphex Acid or the Aphex Twins or whatever, and like a music video. It's like a techno thing, but it's someone in a prosthetic to make them look like they're hydrocephalic and like being really here.
Feeling okay? Feel well? Want to get something? Want a glass of water? We're not really getting anywhere, are we, at the moment? Are you seeing something? Is there something you see over there? What do you see there, Johnny? What What's this about Mama? Is this your
Yeah,
mother?
this is really weird. And there's like a certain gray alien quality to Rubber Johnny. Is the audio okay?
Want Mama to come in?
Audio's doubled.
Don't breathe like that to make me feel really strange.
Like that better?
I'm with you, nothing's gonna happen to you. Just calm down now. Just try to relax, try and keep calm. Don't tense up. Just relax. I think you're getting a bit stressed out at the moment. Would you mind if I gave you an injection or something like that to make you calm? Should we try doing that? It won't hurt you at all. Just like a little bee sting.
That should have fixed it.
And then you'll be calm.
I hope it fixed it. Like I said, there's some of the settings where I changed for the dual streaming and that, you know. Oh, here it gets really weird. Y'all don't remember this? Alright, I'm gonna mute it because the music's starting and I'll get copyright hit with it, but it gets really weird and it gets like I actually remember people thinking that this was like a real thing. Like this was, he was like a real hydrocephalic and someone was like abusing him basically. Anyway, but he's not a gray alien. But this it's that era, right? That this one came from. That's what it reminded me of. I think this is the one where the aliens meet the Nazis, right? Oh. When I say weird, there's a difference between regular weird and Hive weird. Like, yeah, this seems to be like the one where the aliens met Hitler. Still a better dancer than Raygun. You know. And he's just like hanging out. I don't know what he's doing. This is. I also think this is a costume, of course. All right, we're not gonna watch this yet because we have the rest of this interview at the end of the segment. So I'm gonna go on to the next one because we're gonna revisit this guy. His name's EB3, I think. Let me see. EBE3, yeah. EBE3. And we'll get to that in a little bit. But yeah, that's not the last time we're going to see this guy in this segment today. Alright. Moving on. Look, this sighting from Brazil and tell me, what do you see?
Vou. Peraí. Deixa eu vir. Push me.
Hi, nice. What do we got? That does like a mask with like plastic eyes, but it was well done. With like reflective lens eyes. I think it was a mask. Did you not know about the aliens meeting the Nazis? Hold on. These are pictures. All right, here. Not really a detour because this is still on topic, but let's do this real quick. Blah, blah, blah. You want to do a Bad Science Sunday on this? All things creepy.
Did Adolf Hitler make contact with aliens? This is All Things Creepy. Let's begin. Now, this video is almost certain to get demonetized, so I'll keep it quick. We're going to be discussing this particular photograph, whether Hitler or by extension the Nazis made contact.
It's not the same suit, by the way, looking at it now.
With aliens and it wasn't documented. I'll save that for another video, but for now we're going to be examining only this photograph here. As you can see, it looks pretty spooky. An alien, one of the grey aliens, I believe. That's the generalized term for an alien with a big head and a skinny small body, appears to be shaking hands with the Führer himself. And they seem to have come to some sort of agreement.
Why didn't he use his ray gun? He had the Führer right there and he could have ray gunned him. Ray gun. Since we're talking about it.
He even looks pretty happy. I mean, that's quite a grin he's got. So, of course, this looks old. It looks black and white, very aged photography. However, several things stand out to me that are wrong. First of all, let's look at the positioning of Adolf Hitler's eyes. He's clearly looking way above the eye line of this alien. So either he really doesn't want to make eye contact with it, or he was actually looking into someone else's eyes, someone who is human height, and this photograph is just doctored.
Or maybe there's somebody off screen that's making eye contact saying, "You believe this shit?" Mm-hmm.
We also have his grin. Wouldn't you be pretty nervous about talking to an alien, especially making physical contact with it? This is a being from another planet. Who knows what kind of contaminants it could bring on its skin, especially considering how well
you think that's some tool in the background?
Documented it is that Adolf Hitler was a hygiene freak, very OCD. This picture seems to be popping up everywhere and people unironically think it's genuine, which, fair enough, maybe they don't understand how photography works.
Oh my gosh, guys, the moon behind me is the same moon that's on the screen. Just waiting for Hitler and the alien to pop out of my closet.
Perhaps they're a bit more suggestible, so I've made this video just to set the record straight, if you will. So after some research, I came up with this image here. Let's show them side by side. To me, this is clearly the undoctored image. Someone has just superimposed the alien over the military officer originally shaking hands with Adolf Hitler. Of course, Hitler is happy to see him. He's probably friendly with this guy and meets with him a lot. And as we can see, this guy is not a midget, so he is indeed making
That's a slur.
eye contact with him. I'm sure there are people that will claim that no, the alien photo is real and has just been doctored with this guy, but to me, I think we can safely say this case is closed. Now, did the Nazis make contact with aliens? As I said, that's a subject for another video. Let me know your
there's plenty of coverage on that, but plenty to cover on aliens in the Third Reich. I mean, no doubt about it. What's next? Oh. I really think this is just pareidolia. Like, look at how misshapen the head would be. There's no, I know organisms that are symmetrical are not always symmetrical, but like this guy would have like a big lump on one side of his head. I think this is just literally the leaf patterns, and I mean there may be something there, but I really think this is pareidolia. Because there's another eye right there. Look, another eye. Mm-hmm. How long can you make a video out of the word no? Good question. Oh, this is the video with all the dead aliens. This is clearly like a dummy, right? This is something you get at Spirit Halloween. Maybe even on clearance this time of year. There's another one. And maybe these are FX models that someone custom built, and I shouldn't disparage them by comparing them to Spirit Halloween toys, but like you can see, like if you look along the line here, this thing's flat on the back side, like literally flat. Is the alien supposed to be melting into the gurney? It's like flattened. It doesn't roll under, it flops out. Who altered that photo of Mussolini to take out the guy who fell out of favor? That was before AI too. Now our leaders can just AI people out of the video, out of the picture. The stitching is pretty neat on this one. The main thing that stands out to me on this one is the teeth, which don't look like they're actually a different material than the rest of the body. Like the teeth look like the same. They're made out of the same material as the skin, but just painted a different color. We could put a glossy coat on it. I think this one's professional quality. I think this one this one's from Alien Autopsy, right? Hold on. You're moving too fast. I wanted to see if this guy was Alien Autopsy or not. Yes. An Alien Autopsy is fiction. Trying to find a. No, that's not the same. That's not the same alien from the official 1995 Alien Autopsy, though, because that thing looked like this. It had more human-like features. It looked like that. This guy's more like this, but whiter. Almost has a glow to him. Damn it, I keep missing one. So you got Sleepy Boy here. Looks like Pumpkinhead. I think that's a model. Yeah, 'cause these are all stills. This bro's all burned and charred. So assuming that this is an artist model, looks pretty cool. This might be the best one I've seen so far. This is a dude in a suit, or in a mask in a suit, like clearly, right? I mean, I don't have to explain Why do y'all? Oh, this could be an alien, but it could be a ghost too, or it could be fog that was caught in a weird, like the deer's breath. He could have breathed out and then he went, and so this is his breath, or maybe it's his spirit leaving his body to go on a spirit quest, and that's why he looks like he's in a meditative state. Those ones also look like spirit Halloween decorations. Like, they look latex to me. Pretty cool, but latex, yeah. Those ones, too. I think that doesn't even look like a gray alien. That's like Dobby from the Harry Potter movies. And then floppy ears. I think this is from that Fairy Guys channel, right? And that's all digital art. That don't impress me much. Most of these look like latex to me. I mean, these are from the X-Files movie, right? This is literally from the X-Files movie. From the X-Files movie. Yeah. Oh, there you go. There's the woo. Yeah, this scene, right? Like, for real, here. Here's literally Fox Mulder standing with one of those aliens with the foil. One of these guys. Yeah. There's David Duchovny standing right next to one. Obviously, there's better lighting in this publicity picture, but this is like a set picture. That does look organic. Oh, it looks organic, but like not. It looks like a carved gourd and some wooden body and stuff. What the hell? I like the moldy touch on this one. That's a nice artistic, like this one and the burnt one, giving it some natural decay. Like you could put this like in a puddle in the woods and just have somebody come find it. A lot of the times they struggle with the eyes. They also like milky. I guess they're supposed to be dead though. Is that the idea? Oh, milky eyes because they're dead. This guy's eyes turned into raisins though because he died. And man, his temporal fenestra is like super indented. Alright, so what do we got here? Security footage, okay. Hallway, staircase, human, dark hallway. Hallway. Oh, there's Roger. It is Roger again. That looks like CGI to me. Especially because the reflections don't... Like, the reflection on the floor. I mean, watch. Watch. There's no reflection of the guy.
The camera zooms up and there's, you know,
Oh, ew, it's L.A. Marzulli.
And there were two beings just standing there.
Let's take a look at that. This truly is fascinating.
Oh, and
We noticed that there was a
what's his name,
small,
Dory? The guy who replaced Art Bell.
what appeared to be a star below the moon, and noticed that this star was not a star.
There's
And
dudes
we
in it.
got really tight and close on the craft, and what we saw was absolutely mind-blowing because it was the front of what appeared to be a disc. You could actually see beings, and
Fun fact, there's no front to a disc.
some of them was the typical black-eyed grays, but there were other beings that were there also.
You could actually see the little beans up there. And
I didn't see that.
What we saw was absolutely mind-blowing because
Why are they bioluminescent beings? Why are they glowing? If they're in the dark quarters inside and these are lights on the outside, they'd have to be luminous in order for us to see them, or at least illuminated by something, someone like shining a flashlight directly in their faces.
it was the front.
Yeah. Next.
This mom woke up to something, well, out of this world. Is that an alien caught on her surveillance camera? It sure looks like one. The oblong-shaped head, the weird body, kind of like the alien from Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. It was 1 a.m. when Jessica Ortiz got the scare of her life. What's the first thing that goes through your mind?
I'm losing my mind. You know, it didn't look like anything I've ever seen before.
She stared in disbelief at the video. In the end, you can hear a rustling. How does it feel to say out loud, this could be a space alien?
Oh, this could be an alien. Yeah,
You're not nervous, embarrassed to say that?
No.
The video's been viewed millions of times, and there are a number of theories about what was actually captured on camera.
The most popular thing that I've heard is that it's a person carrying like either a white sweater, a jacket, or bags, like trash bags.
We showed the video to forensic crime scene investigator Scott Roeder.
The video is authentic. It's real. It's not a hoax. To me, it looks...
See, look at it right here. Those... the what looks like a round head and some other frames. And now it looks like a foot shape. Like it's not retaining a solid shape. So I don't know how well I trust... I'm going to slow this way down. Hold on. Playback speed, we're going to go 25%. Oh. See, it's only picking up on whatever the white part is. There may be more to it than that. Especially when you watch it walk past this, the corner here. See it like this ring appears around it, like this looks like a basket with a handle, and the alien is in the basket, like swinging. Do you see what I'm saying? It looks like this is a handle. This is a bucket or a basket of some kind. And the alien passes right into that. See? And you can see that it's there, that's there before. So that's in the foreground. And it passes in front of the bucket right there. You see that? So whatever this is, it's not walking down the street. it would be up a lot closer. What I think is that it's a bat. If you look, okay? Wings, oh. So here it comes. Wings back. Flapping forward. Right? And then flying through the bucket. But whatever it is, it's passing in front of the bucket there. All right. Damn, I'm good at this.
And get this, he even created a 3D computer-generated model of the so-called alien.
It's approximately 3 to 4 foot tall, 2 arms, 2 legs.
But Connor McCourt, a forensic video expert, says not so fast.
I think it could be an animal or a smaller person, maybe a child.
How is the video expert not? Maybe I'm a video expert, motherfucker. If you can't figure out this thing is passing in front of that
walking across
bucket
the
in
yard.
the foreground, that's the first thing you want to say about it. All right. All you ever see is alien, Maya.
Oh, my head.
Oh my god. Okay, that's bad acting so far.
The fuck is that?
And why are you recording?
The fuck is that?
Are you in a freezer?
Hello? Hello?
Someone needs to change the batteries in their smoke detector. Oh, goodness.
Oh, shit.
Smoke detector again.
You're fucking silent. Hello? Somebody in there?
An alien better be in there, because you're at a minute 25 of a minute 37 video, and I haven't seen any aliens yet.
Oh, shit!
But why is he in the storeroom of an abandoned Wendy's?
Oh,
we got him. Paranormal world. I like that intro, though. Okay, so dude's cooking supper or whatever. Obviously, you know how you record yourself when you're cooking dinner? You know how that's like a normal thing that people do? That's what he's up to here. And I'm assuming an alien is going to be peeking in the window somewhere. I'm already picking aliens out with pareidolia right now. There's an eye right there. I hope that's not what it's referring to. Homie, as sitting down recording himself, playing on his phone. You know, as one does when they're being a totally normal human. Wiping your screen off. You gotta record yourself wiping your screen off. But I'm watching the background window behind him. Oh, there we go. Oh, bullshit. That's just a blah. That was poorly rendered. Boo-hoo. Sit through like a minute and a half for that. This one's supposed to capture one on a screen cam. So I'm gonna watch these windows over here. Oh, there it is. And it glitched the camera out too. There he is. That could be a mask, but I think it was the way that it moved. I think it was CGI. The movement says CGI to me. What year is this from? I'm guessing, yeah, pretty recent, yeah. So that's CGI.
Blink and you might miss it.
Oh,
but
this is our
Jessica
same
Ortiz didn't.
We take a look at a never-before-seen video depicting a supposed
Never-before-seen.
alien creature in a sewer. This footage was taken by a group of urban explorers in Illinois. It shows them putting a camera down into a sewer to find a mysterious alien creature sticking its head out. People online have pointed out that the creature fits the description of a gray alien. Gray aliens are a supposed species of alien responsible for many sightings and abductions
I would go with person in a mask on this one.
around the world. But why would an alien creature be lurking in the sewer?
Nice. That was a shitty 3D rendering too. Next. Ah, finally we're here.
State on origin? Okay, yesterday you told us you traveled, and I quote, thousands of light years to get here. Tell us the truth, or the word, or never leave you.
Hey, see, this is the theory that gray aliens are humans from the future that have traveled back to stop us from destroying the Earth, which, you know, is pretty based.
So I take it aliens took over our future, right? So you're human. Okay, so you evolved from us. So
I mean,
what are you doing here now?
They are all fake. Some of them are better done than others, though.
How? Okay, so how about we concentrate on your time? Try me.
Square TVs, yeah. Sort of outdated. My So-Called Life, starring Claire Danes. I remember that show. Aliens came all the way back to catch reruns of My So-Called Life.
Wait, so you know the meaning of life? What's the difference? So you know how the universe is created? So you think God?
Alien Atheist. That's a band name. Let's do that. Alien Atheist.
Okay, illuminate us. What happens when we die?
Whoa.
Okay, so let me get this straight.
Well, we're all the same person. I'm you, and you're him, and he's her, and she's them, and yeah, we're all the same person at different points on a nonsensical timeline, I guess.
Okay, so how was the universe created, and why is it so perfectly made for us?
He just gave the alien creationist questions. That's crazy. I like that he calls it so-called life over and over again.
So why do we destroy ourselves with nuclear war?
Because we're stupid monkeys.
Can you be more specific, please?
Stupid monkeys? Well, thanks, Obama.
Okay, one last thing. What about morality? What are you basing your morality on?
Mm-hmm.
I see.
Based.
Okay, that's it. Thank you.
EBE3 is based. EBE3 for president. I gotta jump around here because it won't let me move this one up for whatever reason. I don't know why. It's giving me like a no, you can't move this thing. So we gotta go all the way down here. We're probably gonna have to wrap up here anyway for a Cryptic Corner after this, but...
Hey, speak. Orchard Wilder. Are you scared of me? Because you should be.
Sociopath is like Pete Hegseth is interrogating him.
Okay, so you say you're from the future and an evolutionary descendant of humans. You also say you're a different species. So, which one is it? Are you a descendant of humans or not?
Again with the freaking young Earth creationist freaking misunderstanding of evolution. With the guy questioning him. The alien's based.
Then how do you know English? Answer me.
You drugged him, you
If you
bitch.
don't answer, I'll administer another round of Scorpovi until your system collapses. Do you understand? Now, how do you speak English? So you just picked up English, just like that. Because you're so smart, right? Right. So, you said you know the origin of the universe, but you did not provide an explanation. So I ask you again, how was the universe created? Answer the question. Really?
Oh, the Jesus guy's gonna get mad now.
But you can't create something out of nothing. Sure it is. Only a creator can make something from nothing.
You have this dude has an alien with like infinite knowledge of all the timelines at his fingertips, and all he wants to do is ask it to like confirm his Abrahamic faith about creation and give him creationist apologetics.
So,
Boom. Infinite. Boom. Why are they letting Eric Hovind interview the alien?
wait, but you said there's an origin to the universe. There it is. I caught you in a lie.
That is how I feel talking to young Earth creationists, for real.
Right, so now you're talking nonsense. Again, how was the universe created so miraculously? This universe is a spontaneous event.
Is this really what you would do with this access to this kind of knowledge? You'd argue with it about prime. You'd give it the old prime mover argument, right? You go full precept on the dude. Well, it was stable until I came along.
So, like, just happened, right? So, are you telling me we're just random?
I feel so random. I'm glad that the aliens agree.
How so? Such as? So the universe doesn't care if we live or die. I don't believe that for a second. We're more than just random.
Tell him.
So, if we're just random, then there's no meaning to the universe.
Correct.
So if there's no meaning in the universe, then what's the point of living? You just contradicted yourself again. No. You can't live a full life. You can't live a life at all. Do you think that meaning is somehow made up? So, what is meaning? Okay, moving on. You said we humans would die as a species. So, tell me, when does the nuclear war start?
All right. We're a little over, but not too bad. We didn't get through all of them. We got through most of them. I don't know. None of the ones that are left are more than 30 seconds, or like as long as it's 50 seconds. Let's go ahead and speed run them.
A neighbor in New Mexico sent us this footage of what he says looks like an alien
And I think it looks like a guy in a costume.
outside of his home.
Clearly a costume. Trick or treat. There's even a ghost on the door. Look at that. Trick or treat.
Alright. It's the camp. Alright, motherfucker. What's the... Oh! You see that? What the hell? What the hell? No.
100% real. Oh, there he is. This would be a mask. Looks like it might be digitally put in there. Alright. Gonna peek over the fence, are ya? Mr. Alien. Come peek over the fence. Maybe that look like a cardboard cutout for real. Like it has no depth to it even. Like someone's like sticking that up in the air like on a stick. Gonna put creepy sound effects over it, but one might have some depth. What you got for me? Oh. I think this one's a guy in a costume. Yeah. It's definitely an alien morph suit. I don't know who Michael Dom is. Alright, and there we go. We've come full circle. So we've looked at some of the best and some of the worst alien makeup, CGI, computer graphics, overlays, all kinds of stuff today. What do you all think, though? What is the most convincing evidence that gray aliens exist among us? Let me know in the comments down below. And please remember to be kind and take care, and we'll see you next time. All right, live from the Hive audience. So far, things are going pretty smooth, actually. I thought things were going to go a lot crappier this morning after everything shuffled around. I mean, obviously, I don't got the dual stream, so I'm not getting that bump of. The reason I wanted to do dual stream is because when I did a vertical video the other day outside, when I was talking about cloud bursting and all that, that video did got 196 views in like the first couple hours. Like when I was streaming it, even there were like people moving through that weren't like channel members or weren't you guys, but like maybe new audience members that can help me get that channel over that 1400 where I'm stagnated at. It's annoying me. Don't leave. There's more show to come. Exactly. I'm gonna take a quick intermission though, and then we'll bust open our weekend weird. All right. I'll see y'all back here in just a few minutes.
Koalas in the rain. No fucks given. Koalas in the rain. Koalas in the rain. No fucks given. Koalas in the rain. Koalas in the rain. No fucks given. Koala.
come to our tree? Yeah, come to our tree. Poor little thing. There's plenty of trees. Come on. You're a meanie.
All right, hello, my beauties and bees. Welcome to our Weekend Weird. I ran the polls, and the votes are in. When it comes to what you guys want in your weird, it tends to lean towards the Mandela effect, alternative histories, and things like that, which is pretty cool. I love it. If you want to help vote on the topic that we cover next week, you make sure you come out here to the polls and vote, because these 3 topics will still be on here, plus a new topic to replace the one we just did. So at least in this timeline, if you're from a different Mandela timeline, please disregard what I'm saying here, because this poll may look completely different in your universe. But we'll get to that in just a second. I do want to give a quick shout out to Who's Your Buddy, who sent 10 Hive gift memberships to my audience this morning. You could get a free gift membership too. You don't got to be here on Saturday morning. You got to watch the show at some point in time when it's live. You got to be in the live chat, and you could be eligible as long as you've got yourself set up to do that. On the Hive channel, I can't because I'm in business, which sucks. But those memberships went to KCA Randy. Oh my gosh, I haven't seen KCA Randy in forever. Since before I had tits. They went to Beach Bum Zero, J.L. Warren, Ian Debunked. They went to RDZ. I'm not sure who that is either. Tori Swansinger. Thank you so much for being a channel watcher. Deep Arcs got one. Jen 123 definitely got one. It's got boom boom boom. Ivan. I'm gonna try that name. Maybe I will. Ivan T. Sekovsky. Ivan T. Sitos. I'm sorry if I butchered your name. Geo Sam got one. Yay. Thank you so much for dishing those out for us. Oh my gosh, we got Unfinished Journey, or Unfinished Sock has been a member of the Hive for 4 months. Don't terrify koalas. Like and share instead. That's just sound advice. Just sound advice. They sound like squeaky toys. They're literal squeaky toys. Yes. And what else do we have? Oh, goodness. Another $5 super chat. Thank you so much, Ninjester. Really appreciate you. Gonna go out on a limb and declare those koalas in the rain as the most convincing greys. Koalas and greys. Yes, koalas are the real world greys. And we need to cover drop bears at some point. I don't have them scheduled. I don't have them on the list yet, but like coming up anytime soon. But we will cover drop bears eventually. We'll cover a lot of like fearsome critters and more folkloric creatures in the coming months as we get through the more mainstream cryptozoology stuff over there. So yeah, if you weren't here for the gray alien video, go check it out. All right, but we're talking about Mandela effect. So I got what looks like 20 minutes of Mandela effect. So let's do this.
Have you ever been totally sure about something only to find out you and maybe thousands of others were totally wrong? Welcome to the mind-blowing world of the Mandela effect.
Yes, about capitalism. That's how I feel about capitalism. I believed in it. I was a liberal once.
Named after the iconic South African leader, Nelson Mandela, this curious phenomenon happens when a large group of people remember something one way, only to discover they've got it all wrong.
Appreciate all this channel support this morning. Thank you, guys.
And trust me, we've got some real head scratchers for you. From New Zealand's mistaken location to wonky memories when it comes to what we love to eat and watch on screen, I'm Mike with List 25, and here are 25 insane Mandela Effect examples.
All right,
that'll
Mike.
blow your mind.
Let's do it.
25. The Great Bear Name Debate. Remember the beloved children's series, The Berenstain Bears? Well, you might recall it as the Berenstain Bears with an E, right? Well,
like Neil Bernstein? Is Neil the 604 atheist a bear? I don't know. But like, this is one of the key things about the Mandela effect that I remember when it was first coming, because I was like a big fan of the Angry Video Game Nerd back then. And he did an episode like about the blood-stained bears instead of it was the Berenstain Bears or the Berenstein Bears, and then there was the blood-stained bears.
Well, brace yourself. It's always been Berenstain, as confirmed by the Library of Congress. The discrepancy has sparked lots of debate, with many fans swearing by the Stein spelling. It also got a lot stranger when old memorabilia surfaced showing the name Berenstain on the book covers. Since many people believe the Mandela effect is caused by time travelers messing with our past, that or we live in a parallel universe, I'll leave it to you.
But like, why
decide.
did they throw the book through a portal or something? With the different title on it? Like, I think mostly it stems from people being little kids and not remembering things and thinking Frankenstein and things like that and getting that in their head.
This is only a case of mistaken identity. 24. The turkey leg that never was. If you've ever pictured Henry VIII gnawing on a turkey leg, well, you're not alone. Many remember a famous painting of the English king seated at a table proudly holding a turkey leg. But here's the kicker. That painting doesn't exist. The actual artwork shows Henry with a pair of leather gloves and the string of a scabbard. The turkey leg image seems to be a collective mirage fueled by a mix of media depictions and the Mandela effect.
Well, yeah, it's the way that he was depicted to show he was a gluttonous oligarch. Frankenstein. And it's Igor.
3. Peanut butter pandemonium. The world of delicious spreads has its own fair share of mystery thanks to the Mandela effect. You might remember a popular peanut butter brand as Jiffy, but here's the twist. It's always been Jif.
Always
Launched
been Jif.
in 1958 after a rebrand.
I've never Jiffy. Yeah, never been a thing.
From Big Top Peanut Butter, Jif has remained consistent in its name, and yet a lot of peanut butter enthusiasts swear they remember it differently. They're probably getting confused with Jiffy Pop. That's my take on it. 22. Is it Looney Tunes or Looney Tunes? If you've ever wondered whether the classic cartoon featuring Bugs Bunny and his pals was really called Looney Tunes with 2 O's, you're not alone. Fans
it would look symmetrical too, like that, but it's not like that's the U. But this means that we, as a collective community, can use this for the name of our community instead. We can be the Looney Tunes since the Warner Brothers characters aren't. We can be. Choosy moms choose Jeff. Yeah, I remember that.
This iconic series have been debating the name for years. The confusion likely arises because Looney Tunes with 2 O's just sounds like it should fit better with a cartoon about wacky characters. But despite what your memory might tell you, it's always been TUNES. The mix-up probably comes from one.
They were, so we got to remember this was a time when he's gonna explain the musical thing, but the other ones were all they had these type of names too. There was Merry Melodies with melodies, and then there was Silly Symphonies. So it's like a common thing. So Looney Tunes is talking about the songs being crazy, because the symphony and the orchestra parts of these, especially in the early days of like these cartoon studios, were super important. So a lot of times they didn't even have actors doing voices at all. It was just the orchestra and the characters moving in sync to the orchestra.
Warner Brothers drawing inspiration from Disney's Silly Symphonies in the 1920s, which were all about musical shorts. So, Tunes with the U was a nod to the musical theme of Warner Brothers' own animated series, not a typo. Still having that debate with my mom. We had a dog named Petunia. When we shortened her name to Tunes, I went with Tunes because Petunia, and she always spelled it Toons. I'm like, that makes literally no sense, Mom.
Right, it does not make any sense, but leave your mom alone. Let me give me a shout out to our gift memberships. We had a gift membership that went to Better Than Ember. We had one that went to Lil of All Trades. We had one that went to Prixie Purple. We had one that went to Wild World, and one that went to Karen Butcher. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much, Kelly. That was from Kelly to the Detroit Atheist. Thank you so much, dear. There were promotional materials, store displays, etc. that had the Berenstain Bear spelling. Yeah, there was a lot of people getting it wrong, but like not any official Berenstain, because that was the author's actual last name was Berenstain, so they weren't messing up their name. Promotional people might have messed it up, but the actual company that produced the Berenstain Bears didn't.
Let me know in the comments below. Who was right, my mom or me? That'll go over well. 21. Pikachu's black-tipped tail. Pikachu, the beloved yellow electric Pokemon, has been a pop culture icon since its debut.
He just had a stripe on his
But did you know that some fans are convinced that Pikachu's tail used to have a black or red tip? According to these fans, Pikachu's tail wasn't always the solid yellow we see today.
Yeah, he has a brown stripe on his tail.
Remember seeing a distinct stripe or black shadow on the tail. So, what's the deal?
Is that not there?
Well, it turns out the confusion might come from early versions of the game, Pokemon Red and Blue, where Pikachu's tail did have a black shadow in some sprites. And while some recent depictions, like in Detective...
That's not a Mandela effect then, if he had it in some sprites.
Pikachu might show a black stripe or shadow, the classic Pikachu design has always been just yellow. Hey guys, just jumping in here real quick to tell you some exciting news. You know how you love watching our videos for amazing facts? Well, what if I told you that you could... We wrote a book. You can order it right now and have... It's available right now on Amazon. 20. Mickey Mouse's suspenders. Mickey Mouse, Disney's cheerful mascot, has been a staple of animation since his debut. But why does...
Mickey Mouse did not have suspenders. Cartoon entered the English language in the 16th century, meaning drawing or sketch, as distinct from full-on painting. Like something you could sketch in your car. Sure, that's... I mean, they didn't have... Well, I guess they had buggies. I don't know.
How many people remember...
Just speculating.
...or Mickey sporting red shorts with suspenders? Despite what your memory might insist, Mickey Mouse has never actually worn red shorts with suspenders in any official appearance. From his first animation to modern-day renditions, Mickey's classic look has always featured red shorts without the added accessory of suspenders. It's probably the two buttons. People think that's where suspenders go, so their brain just probably fills in the rest. 19. Would you like some Captain Crunch or Captain Crunch? The debate over Captain Crunch's name is...
I'm pretty sure it's Cap'n Crunch, because I remember the promotional in the 90s used to be, me and the Cap'n, make it happen. That was the promotion. So if it was Captain, it wouldn't work. And it's also easier to trademark something like Cap'n Crunch than Captain Crunch.
tasty example of the Mandela effect in action. While many cereal fans remember the breakfast mascot as Captain Crunch, his official name has always been Captain Crunch. But the confusion doesn't stop at the name.
Which is how I remember it, because I'm actually from this universe, I guess.
Captain Crunch's uniform has its own set of mysteries. Traditionally, American naval officers wear bars on their sleeves to indicate rank. 1 for ensigns, 2 for lieutenants, and 3 for commanders. However, Captain Crunch's outfit has never quite matched up with these ranks, sporting a mix of bars over the years. So, whether you remember him as Captain Crunch or Captain Crunch, it turns out that the character's uniform, at least, has been proven inconsistent.
So he's Commander Crunch doesn't sound as cool. Did you dimension jump? Let me help you find another one. I might just stay and help you reacclimate. I don't want to be in this dimension. If I can dimension jump, I'm going to. There's nothing that benefits me from staying in this one. It comes from card, which the drawings were drawn on, but the English, of course, associates the word with the drawing rather than the material. Okay.
What the heck is a Fruit Loop? If I've got you confused,
I do remember the Soggies. Mm-hmm.
The official name has been Fruit Loops since 1963. Here's the backstory. Kellogg's first introduced...
Anecdotal evidence is always like, my memory can't be bad. That means we have to, exactly, pragmatic. Your memory can't be bad. We have to have jumped dimensions. Jason, you might be in the wrong dimension, babe. I'm sorry if you don't belong here.
Cereal as Fruit Loops spelled the correct way in 1959, complete with 3 flavors and Toucan Sam. However, since the cereal had no actual fruit, Kellogg's got sued and had to change the name. They relaunched it as Fruit Loops with the 2 O's in 1963, and that's stuck ever since. But here's where it gets interesting. Some fans remember the name swapping back and forth.
See, that's the thing too, is like, if it did change, then it's not the Mandela effect. If officially they did have a brand that they did market as Fruit Loops with the traditional spelling of fruit, and then they changed it in 1964 to this, then that doesn't count as Mandela effect. It's proven that it's changed. And you'll see this when added to the list all the time when it shouldn't be, if it actually was Fruit Loops with 2 O's on the fruit initially.
Reddit user even said, wasn't it Fruit Loops a while ago and now it's Fruit Loops again? Seems like others are in the same boat. So, what's your take? Fruit Loops or Fruit Loops? It's great without the spelling. 17. Mr. Monopoly's monocle. Does the Monopoly Man sport a monocle or not?
Not in my experience.
Many people could swear he does, but the truth is, he never has. Rich Uncle Pennybags, the iconic face of Monopoly, is instantly recognizable with his top hat, mustache, and pinstripe suit. But despite the strong visual memory many people have of him wearing a monocle, it's simply not true. This case of the Mandela effect has left many scratching their heads. So if you remember him sporting that signature monocle, rest assured, you're not the only one feeling a bit...
Jason, tell us about your universe. Is there still democracy there?
Frazzled by the mix-up. I think this one is people confusing Mr. Peanut. I think they're taking his monocle.
Stealing Mr. Peanut's monocle and giving it to I think his name is Uncle Pennybags, Uncle Moneybags, something like that. Uncle. He has a name. Let's look it up. What is the Monopoly Man's name? There you go. Yeah, Pennybags. Milburn Pennybags.
Where on earth did New Zealand go?
This one's stupid and bad geography.
Geography down? Now, you might be in for a surprise. A surprising number of people remembered New Zealand being in a completely different place on the map. Sure, we know that New Zealand is southeast of Australia, but some people swear it used to be northeast, or even in a totally different location. And it's not just New Zealand. People have different memories of where Australia is too. Some theories suggest that alternate dimensions or time streams might...
Where is Australia at in your universe, Jason? I think you might have crossed over with your Marjorie Taylor Greene, because the one we have right now is not the same one that we've had for the last decade. She's yeah, it's weird.
Explain this mix-up. The idea is that we might have merged realities with another timeline where maps and borders were different. So if your sense of direction seems a little off, well, you're not alone. However, the notion that our reality could have subtly shifted is pretty mind-bending. Or just admit you're bad at geography.
Well, like with the New Zealand thing too, we grew up. If you grew up with a Mercator map, if you grew up with a Mercator map, you're going to you might have a different idea how far, like the Mercator, like reality. You know, New Zealand is like almost due southwest of Australia, of like Brisbane and Sydney. If you go due southwest, you're going to hit New Zealand, right? But on a Mercator map, because it is designed to favor the northern hemisphere and basically shrinks down anything in the southern hemisphere, it actually pulls New Zealand up like almost due south of the eastern half of Australia. It'll like, let me see if we can find one. Creator's projection. Yeah. The problem is that New Zealand often gets like just totally left out of this projection too. That is a huge problem. Like, look at this. Oh, maybe not. Okay, that one's pretty good, actually. Yeah. I don't like the Mercator projection personally, because, like, look at this, how big Greenland is to, like, Greenland's as big as Africa. It's bigger than South America in this projection. And maybe I was... maybe I was wrong in the Mercator projection pushes it more west and not more south. I think I was mistaken with the way the projection spreads it out. It pushes it more westward than it is. It literally looks like it's due west of southern Australia. Yeah. Anyway. I still got Rubber Johnny up there. Where was I? There we
Need
go.
to bring in time-altering realities. You failed geography. That's all there is to it. 15. Oscar Mayer or Oscar Mayer.
So there's a song that we all grew up with, right? Tell me if you remember it. My baloney has a first name, it's Oscar. My baloney has a second name, it's Meyer.
Here's one that's left plenty of people scratching their heads. Is it Oscar Mayer or Oscar Mayer? As it turns out, the hot dogs and lunch meats brand has always been Oscar Mayer with an A, but plenty of folks remember...
Did I just sing it wrong? I just got it wrong. Oh my god, maybe I'm not from this dimension after all. My baloney has a first name, it's Oscar. My baloney has a second name, it's Mayer. I love to eat it every day, and if you ask me why, I'll say, because Oscar Mayer has a way with Bolngna. Yeah.
Is Meyer with an E. What really messes with people is the jingle. You know the one. My baloney has a first name, it's Oscar. Yeah. My baloney has a second name. There has been much frustration over the mix-up since people remember to be singing along to Meyer and not
I just did that. I for
Mayer.
real just did that. I love it. Oh my gosh. I Mandela'd myself. Yeah, I don't think I ever read that. I'm from the Oscar. I'm from the Oscar Mayer Meyer universe. It's proven. It couldn't be that my memory is flawed as a middle-aged woman trying to remember something from my childhood. It has to be the universe is different because I'm too perfect, right? That's what people sound like when they tell me, like, oh, it's the Mandela effect. It was a time change, or it was a universe, alternative universe, and some shit like that. It's like, no, is it more likely that our memories suck? I just did it. I did it right now in front of you. Like, there's no doubt that it happens. It happens to me, and I'm the smartest woman alive. Not really, but yeah, it can happen to anybody. Memories are flawed.
14. Sinbad never played a genie. Do you remember Shazam, that movie in which comedian Sinbad played a genie?
This is one of my favorite ones because Sinbad actually like leaned into it and made like a promotional for it and shit.
Well, if you do, you should take a good, long, hard look at yourself because that movie never existed. I'm serious. Despite being remembered by thousands of people, Sinbad never starred as a wish-granting genie in the 90s. There was a movie called Kazam with Shaquille O'Neal as a genie, but Shazam simply isn't real. And yet, some people remember Shazam in great detail, including the plot about two kids summoning a genie and even a spectacular pool party finale. It's okay if you think you've seen it, but don't bother looking it up on IMDb. Sinbad's genie role is just a trick of memory, and maybe a touch of Mandela magic. 13.
That one's one of my favorites, though, because when a comedian or when anybody hears something like this about themselves and they're able to like lead into it, and let me see, can I pull it up or is it going to be problematic? Just a second. Let's see if we can't pull it up. Let's see. Yeah, there's a trailer for it. Alright, we're going to do it. Because he leaned into it and I kind of love it. Hopefully this doesn't get us in trouble. It's just a trailer, though. We should be able to watch a trailer. Alright. What's that?
What are you doing? Dad could have thrown out all of Mom's stuff. He just couldn't have. James, there's got to be something he forgot here. Something real we can remember her by. Hey, we have our memories. They're real. No one can take that from us.
Yeah. Clean this up. Can you imagine if Dad saw this mess?
Really hooked on them.
Bless you.
A magic
What is
lamp.
that? Whoa.
What's happening?
Oh, man, it feels good to get out that thing. Woo! Kind of cramped up in there. Should have took you long enough, Tina. Wait, y'all are not Tina.
See, you can tell right now that it's actually Sinbad, you know, in his, I think he's in his 60s now, doing this and not actually, like, when he was, like, young or doing, like, we did The First Kid and when he was, like, doing family-friendly movies. When he was the Ice Cube of his day, right? That went from doing raunchy comedy instead of doing aggressive rap, but yeah, to be doing like family kid comedies and stuff.
Wait. Where you going? I just got here. What happened to saying hello? Haha. I believe we got off on the wrong foot.
Don't come any closer.
Okay, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna start all over, right? I'm gonna introduce myself. I am Shazam! I'm the genie of the lamp. And you are?
You're not a genie. Genies aren't real.
Every time I come out the lamp, I hear the same thing.
You better get out of here, all right?
Oh, you would. But you gonna toot me to death? Shazam! You're not gonna scream again, are you? Because look, if you do, I'm gonna have to take one of your wishes away.
He is a genie.
You're a little Tina.
That was my mom's name.
How long have I been in this lamp? She has kids now? I thought we had something going on, me and your mother. Now, I know I'm 2,000 years older than she is, but look, Clint Eastwood did it. It could happen. Age ain't
That's
nothing but a
kind of
number.
That's kind of creepy because it's implied that she was a little girl. What
Know
the
what I'm
hell?
saying?
Wait, you knew her mom?
You can make me my own dinosaur.
Carmen Sandiego. Carmen Sandiego might be on the list too.
The hyphen in Kit Kat never existed. If you swear that there was a hyphen between Kit and Kat, you're not alone. Plenty
I
of
don't
candy
remember
lovers
that
distinctly remember the famous chocolate bar as Kit Kat, but guess what? There's no official record of that hyphen ever existing. Despite this, some fans recall the dash as clearly as if they'd seen it yesterday. One Reddit user even shared how they once noticed the hyphen had mysteriously vanished, only to later realize it was never there to begin with. So if your memory is in...
I had something going on with your mother. We were lovers.
Insisting that Kit Kat used to have a hyphen, I hate to break it to you, Kit Kat has always been hyphen free. Though Spider-Man, don't forget the hyphen. 12. Do you call it Cheez-It or Cheez-Its? Let's settle this once and for all.
Cheez-It, I think.
Cheesy cracker you love to snack on has always been called Cheez-It. Singular. Not Cheez-Its with an S, and definitely not Cheez-Its with a Z, or Z for my UK people, and Canada. Now, rest assured that if you've been calling it the latter your whole life, you're not alone. A bunch of people distinctly remember them as Cheez-Its, and even...
I will call them that, but I understood the box never said that. I call them cheese, like, can you pass the Cheez-Its? Like a ball, like each one would be a Cheez-It, right? And then they'd be multiple ones would be Cheez-Its. Like, plural? I don't know.
That's what it says on the box. But go right now. Take a look at any packaging you can find, and you'll see it's always been Cheez-It. Why do so many of us add that extra S or Z if we're really cool? Well, maybe because we never just eat one.
Right.
11. A galaxy-sized Mandela effect. Okay, let's move on to one of the biggest Mandela effects in the movie world. And it comes from a galaxy far, far away.
Is this Luke, I am your father?
If you've ever quoted, Luke, I am your father, while wielding an imaginary lightsaber, yeah, you've been saying it wrong this whole time. Star Wars, one of the most iconic movie franchises of all time, has captivated audiences since 1977. And The Empire Strikes Back gave us what is often...
Exactly. Each one was a Cheez-It, Maya. Who does make Kit Kat? Is that... Because, yeah, I know it's not Nestle, but... No, it is Nestle. Hershey's. Yep. Owners Nestle, licensed under Hershey's. Embers from the wrong... we have the wrong Ember. Can we... none of us seem to be... Yes, it's Nestle. So in this universe, it is Nestle. Previous owner was Roundtree, though. Roundtree owned a lot of chocolate and stuff. Yeah.
Considered the most famous movie line ever. But the actual line Darth Vader delivers, it's not, Luke, I am your father.
No,
it's simply,
I'm your father.
No, I am your father. It's a small change, but...
Obi-Wan never told you what happened to your father, did he? He told me enough. He told me you killed him. No, I am your father. No, it's impossible. Yeah, there's no Luke, I am your father. The reason Luke, I am your father sticks in my head is because of Tommy Boy when Chris Farley's doing Darth Vader impressions into his little fan.
One that throws off countless fans. And who I assume were saying that line into a fan, because everyone did that. Luke, They got it wrong while speaking into a fan. That's always... I don't have a fan with me or else I'd do it. 10. Did Tom Cruise wear shades or not? The classic risky business scene. Tom Cruise sliding across the floor to Bob...
This Mandela effect annoys me because what you remember is countless people misquoting it on purpose to give context. Well, I don't think so with the Luke, I am your father thing, though. Because I think that's like a shortcut to be like, hey, we're gonna make sure that we know who the character that's saying this is supposed to be by adding Luke instead of no. So it's like a shorthand sort of the conversation to say, Luke, I am your father. It's a shorthand of that reveal, which isn't so bad as people say, no, that's what they actually said in the movie.
Bob Seger's old-time rock and roll in nothing but socks, a shirt, and shades? Well, that's where the Mandela effect kicks in.
I don't think he wore sunglasses there. Maybe we're thinking of him in sunglasses because of Top Gun.
Countless parodies, from The Nanny to Scrubs, people mimic this iconic moment, often adding sunglasses to the mix. But here's the kicker. Tom Cruise didn't wear sunglasses during that legendary dance. In the scene, he sports a white button-down shirt, socks, and no shades in sight. 9. Lucy's misquoted splainin' moment. This might be a bit before your time if you were born, after the 50s, but in the classic sitcom...
Well, I grew up with Nick at Night, though. I love Lucy. I used to watch Lucy and the Honeymooners and all that stuff at night. Sometimes I'd watch it with my dad, and we'd bond over it, because it was like the stuff from his era. Yeah, he was really into the Andy Griffith Show, which I didn't really care for very much, but he's really into MASH, too, which
Lucy, fans often recall Ricky Ricardo exasperatedly saying, Lucy, you've got some splainin' to do. But here's the catch. Ricky never actually says those exact words. While he does use phrases like, splain that if you can, or simply, Lucy, splain, the iconic quote you remember is definitely a bit off. 8. Mirror, mirror on the wall.
I'm okay with that. Like, I'm okay with being wrong about Lucy. And that's another one that's more like a shorthand even, or could be interpreted as a shorthand, like the Luke, I'm your father thing. It's not necessarily a misremembering. It's that it's trying to contextualize the quote while also using the quote. So you add a little bit, you add context to it by adding Lucy. It's Ricky Ricardo impression. If you say Luke, you're doing a Darth Vader impression.
We all grew up with the famous line from Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. Mirror, mirror on the wall, who is the fairest one of all?
And this one's magic mirror on the wall, right?
But guess what? That iconic line is a bit off. The real line is actually magic mirror on the wall, who is the fairest one of all. It's one of those slip-ups that's stuck in our heads despite the truth. The next time you pop in your old Snow White DVD...
And they even made a movie out of it called Mirror, Mirror. My dad loved that I watched the old Nick at Night shows like he used to when he was younger. Yeah.
Or, watch it on streaming. Listen closely. You might be surprised at how different it sounds from what you remember. 7. Curious George's missing tail. We all remember Curious.
But isn't Curious George an ape? I always thought Curious George was supposed to be a chimp. Let's see. I work for Camp Lucy, a posh resort nestled in the beautiful hill country of Texas. The hill country of Texas is beautiful and full of orchards. Mm-hmm.
Curious George, the lovable monkey from our childhood, swinging through his adventures and with a tail hanging between his legs. Or so we thought. The truth is, Curious George never had a tail. Despite what many of us recall from those classic episodes and books, George is a tailless monkey. He's been swinging through his escapades without that extra appendage all along. 6.
But is he a macaque or is he a ape? I thought it... Well, apes are monkeys, though. Like, monophyletically, apes are monkeys. We are monkeys because we are apes, right? You never outgrow your ancestors. Apes descend from monkey ancestors, old world monkey ancestors, sort of pithygids. So, yeah.
That never happened. When it comes to creepy movies, The Silence of the Lambs is in a league of its own. Jodie Foster's portrayal of FBI trainee Clarice Starling and Anthony Hopkins as the eerie Hannibal Lecter left a lasting impact on moviegoers everywhere. The unsettling dynamic between Clarice and Lecter gave us one of the most widely quoted lines in movie history, or so we thought. Many people remember Lecter's spine-chilling greeting, "Hello, Clarice." It's referenced everywhere from memes to horror spoofs, but guess what? Yeah, never happened. In reality, Hannibal simply says, "Good morning," when they first meet.
See, and again, it's the context. It's doing the quote with the context. It's saying "Hello, Clarice," so that you know I'm doing a Hannibal Lecter impression. Usually, before you make some kind of reference to fava beans and a fine Chianti.
5. Tinkerbell never wrote the Disney logo. Many Disney fans swear they remember Tinkerbell magically spelling out the word Disney with her wand in the iconic opening sequence of Disney films. She'd zip around, waving her wand, and then dot the I with a magical spark. However, as familiar as this scene might feel, the fans are wrong. While Tinkerbell did appear in some Disney intros, especially in the 90s, she was never shown writing out the logo itself. Her role typically involved flying across the screen and sprinkling fairy dust over the Disney castle, but she never took on the job of spelling out Disney with her wand. It's just a classic case of our collective memory mixing up magical moments. But she definitely did go ting, and then that's when the transition would happen. Usually on top of the castle. 4.
Yeah. That's what I remember, her hitting the top of the castle with her wand.
And Sam. Casablanca is packed with memorable lines, but one of the most famous is also one that never actually appeared in the film. Despite popular belief, Humphrey Bogart's character Rick never says, "Play it again, Sam." What actually happens is that Ingrid Bergman's character Ilsa requests a song As Time Goes By with the words, "Play it, Sam, play as time goes by." Later in the movie, Rick simply tells Sam, "You played it for her, you can play it for me." So how did Play It Again, Sam become so widely misquoted? Classic Mandela effect, people, enforced by Woody Allen's 1972 film Play It Again, Sam, which helps cement the misquote in.
And because, as I said with the Darth Vader thing, with the Hannibal Lecter thing, it's adding context into the quote itself. I thought "Hello, Clarice" was from the ending call. I don't think that he actually says that in that film. People watch too many YouTube videos. That's an insanely recent phenomenon. That's true.
Pop culture. 3. The curious case of "Beam Me Up, Scotty." The phrase "Beam Me Up, Scotty" is synonymous with Star Trek, and
I'm anticipating this is another one that where they misquote purposely to add context to the quote.
As iconic as any of the show's taglines. However, this famous line is never actually said in Star Trek, at least not in that exact form. While Captain Kirk often communicates with the starship engineer Scotty to be transported back to the Enterprise, the specific line, "Beam me up, Scotty," never appears in the original series nor films. The closest the show gets is variations like "Scotty, beam me up," or "Beam us."
Also, we want to appreciate your super chat, Ninjester. Ninja Clown. I love me some good ninja clowns.
What's up, Scotty? Which were used in different Star Trek media. Over time, though, the phrase "Beam me up, Scotty" became so ingrained in pop culture that it took on a life of its own, forever associated with Captain Kirk and his space-traveling adventures. Oh my god, that's from redshirtswillalwaysdie.com. What a site name. 2. The chocolatey truth about Forrest Gump's famous line. Who can forget the heartwarming wisdom Forrest...
Life was like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get. You know, Mama said life was like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get.
Gump's mama passed on to him. The line, "Life is a box of chocolates," has been quoted everywhere from casual
Mama
conversations
said life was like a box of chocolates. Her mama
to
always
motivational
said.
speeches. It's become an instantly recognizable pop culture gem. However, there is a twist in this sweet piece of wisdom. In the movie, when Forrest sits on the park bench and shares this famous quote, he actually says life was like a box of chocolates. The past tense might seem like a small detail, but it changes the context. Forrest is recalling advice his mother gave him, reflecting on how unpredictable life can be. The misquote likely snowballed because it just felt so fitting in the present tense. And that's how it's...
Yeah, it's just updating the quote. But yeah, as Mama always said, life was like a box of chocolates.
Stuck in our collective memory. 1. Mona Lisa's smile. Okay, let's be honest here. In Da Vinci's famous portrait of the Mona Lisa, do you remember her smiling or not?
I remember looking like
You might be
that.
surprised, but thousands of people are convinced she wasn't smiling at all. Even though it's one of the most recognizable paintings ever, some people swear that Mona Lisa has a blank, almost neutral expression. Which brings me back to that alternate universe theory. It's crazy to think such an iconic painting could cause so much debate. I mean, her mysterious smile has been analyzed and talked about for centuries, right? Fun fact, her name wasn't always Mona Lisa. It was actually Mona Lisa, which translates to My Lady, and a simple spelling error that changed it. But this whole smile or no smile thing, well, that's got people thinking way beyond typos. Maybe her smile means that we're in the right timeline
Maybe
after
it's
all.
Mona Lisa.
And that's a wrap. If today's mind-bending examples left you craving more, check out our previous video on 25 incredible discoveries that science can't explain.
Oh,
In that video, I
BS on
dove into
that.
mysteries of cows always facing north or south while they're eating, the bizarre goop on the new island near Tonga, and those enigmatic blobs deep inside the Earth. Curious? Well, click the link right here, and let's keep going. Also, let me know your favorite Mandela effect.
All right.
Down below. Comments.
You can let me know your favorite Mandela effect too if you want to. That's something that we can do. Do you have a favorite Mandela effect? I think mine's the Shazam one, like I mentioned. Shazam is, I kind of wish they'd make Shazam and make it like a Mandela effect movie. That'd be an interesting take. So yeah, you can tell me down below what you think. But this has been our coverage here, our reacting to the Mandela effect claims being presented. Life is like a box of chocolate. Diabetes and fat. Nice. Scotty beamed you up twice last night, John? Oh my goodness. So yeah, this was before they removed the Coke from removed special ingredients from Coke. They removed the Coke from the Coke. Yeah. All right. So the was is important for literary reasons too. We're at the end of the story looking back. The whole film is him recounting what did happen, not what is happening. Yeah, he's talking about how his life was like a box of chocolates, and then tells the story to multiple strangers that come and sit with him at the bus stop. Absolutely. Yeah, but we're going to wrap up here. That's the Mandela effect. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Do you think that we are interdimensionally locked? Yeah. All right. So please remember to be kind, take care, and we will see you next time. I almost forgot to blow my kiss. That's signature at that point. That's my signature at the end. That's how I seal the show out. So I close things up. All right, so next up, we got some bestiary after a little intermission, which I'm going to try to pull off without having too many audio issues. So we'll see how that works out. So you let me know if you hear anything untoward. But I'll be back in just a minute. I'll be back in a minute. A minute. All right.
Thank you very much, folks.
Okay, hello Hive. Welcome to Breeze Bestiary, the final segment of the show where we talk about animals. And my live audience was just subjected to the horrors of elephant domestication as still practiced in many areas in Southeast Asia and in the Indian subcontinent as a whole. So, they may be emotional. The live chat may be a little bit emotional today. And who can blame them? Do I need to move that up? I don't know. After being subjected to that. But I gotta remind you guys pretty regularly about these things that are going on. Maybe I should do more videos like that. Maybe I should become like the skeptic community's, what's her name? Melissa McLaughlin. I have other videos about extinctions too that I do like that, but they don't really pull the heartstrings as much as these elephants do. Did you do a show a while back about a herd of elephants repeatedly attacking a village as revenge? Maybe I talked about that. I'm aware of that happening. So, a few things I've talked about with elephants, because I do cover elephants a lot. I talked about the tuskless elephants evolving. I talked about the Gompothere graveyard discovered in Florida. I did, yeah, I got the elephant, elephant slavery music video. And then I did do a Breeze Bestiary about war elephants. And I may have mentioned it in one of those segments. But it probably would have been that war elephant segment. That's the most recent. All the rest of them are from 2023 and 2021. I didn't cover elephants at all in 2022. 2022, the year without elephants. Yeah. But we're not talking about elephants today. We're talking about somebody who lives alongside elephants, though. Actually, this could be maybe people's favorite bear, because this is Baloo. This is the animal we're talking about today is the sloth bear. And sloth bears are pretty cool. They're pretty cool animals, just in general. But there's some things that people don't know about sloth bears that we're going to talk about today. Because if you don't know yet, this year we're doing, since the beginning of summer, we've been doing this man-eater hustle where we're going to go through and look at each man-eating, or each species that is known to be man-eaters, right? We're gonna crack it open. And we've done a ton of them already. Let me see. Let me see if I can pull up how many we've done so far. Because we've been at this for a while. I'm going to go through a concise list. When we started this endeavor, the first one was hyenas, spotted hyenas and striped hyenas. So we collected those two groups together. But hyenas, we talked about hyenas. Man-eating ones. And then we went on to, we had, after that we did bull sharks, and then we did tigers, and then we did great white sharks, and then we did leopards, and then we did brown bears, that's Ursus arctos. And then we did lions. We did tiger sharks. Not to be confused with other sharks or with real tigers. After tiger sharks, we tackled polar bears who, tigers might want to tackle, but I doubt a tiger shark would. We did saltwater crocodiles. We did pumas or mountain lions, if you will. We did pythons. We did dingoes. We did American alligators. We did wolves. We did American black bears. We did piranha from the Amazon. And we did coyotes. And last week we did rats. So there's a lot of things that will eat humans. I just realized that I think we did saltwater crocodiles. And we haven't done Nile crocodiles yet. That's a shame. We're going to have to get on that. Because we did American alligators and saltwater crocodiles for the crocodilians. But a lot of crocodilians eat people. It's one of their favorite things to do. Not really, though. Generally, crocodilians are pretty smart animals. They're comparable to most birds, but they're smart enough to know that, hey, humans scary. I want to get away from them. Anyway, but we're jumping right into sloth bears right now, which is Melersis ursinus, also known as the Indian bear. And they eat bugs. They have a big, long, sticky tongue, like an aardwolf or an aardvark or a numbat, or any other number of myrmephagous things, including anteaters, of course. You can't forget about that. That means they eat ants. But they the thing about sloth bears is they're extremely, extremely aggressive because they share their habitat with Bengal tigers and leopards and the aforementioned saltwater crocodiles and mugger crocodiles and pythons and a lot of the things that we've mentioned already in this list. I think they share their habitat may overlap with striped hyenas. I'm not as committed to that statement. But yeah, there's a lot of big aggressive predators in their area and big aggressive prey animals because the big aggressive predators make prey animals select for aggression. So you got elephants and water buffalo and all sorts of antlered and horned fiends that are going to charge first and ask questions later. So the sloth bears developed quite a disposition in its environment that causes it to be hyper aggressive among the ursids. This threat display. So they have okay. So they do have some crossover in their habitat with sun bears and with Asian black bears. But yeah, let's dive in though, because we got the fact machine here, which is an AI voice, but it's a pretty concise little video, so we're gonna do it.
Looks like
right, the picture that when one hears the name sloth bear for the first time, it can be quite puzzling to imagine what this animal looks like. The picture that perhaps comes to mind is that of a sloth, an arboreal mammal known for spending most of its life hanging upside down from a tree and chewing its food at an incredibly slow pace. You might have also seen the hilarious portrayal of this mammal depicted in the popular animated movie, Zootopia. In reality, this sloth is quite different from the sloth bear, which is the topic of our account today. The sloth bear is a myrmecophagous bear species native to the Indian subcontinent. They primarily eat...
But you spent the first 30 seconds of the video talking about sloths instead of sloth bears.
...termites and ants, and have also been called labiated bears because of their long lower lip and palate used for sucking insects. Their long lower lip...
Labiated? Look at that. I love their derpy faces. Maybe I'm myrmecophagous. I'll eat ants.
lips can be stretched over the outer edge of their noses and lack upper incisors, thus allowing the bears to suck up large numbers of insects. Sloth bears have long, shaggy fur, a mane around the face.
I like that pause there. Sloth bears have long, shaggy fur.
And long, sickle-shaped claws. Their fur is completely black, rusty for some specimens, with a whitish Y or V-shaped mark on the chest. The fur does,
which is also present in Asian black bears, and in Asian black bears it's almost moon-shaped, so they call them moon bears, which is to contrast the sun bears, which also live in the same area. And I think they have that same. Some bears have a little thing on their chest too. They all three do, and it's thought that that's developed to be a threat display for tigers specifically. All right, let me catch up on the chat real quick. Yeah, I find that about the elephant attacking the village. FAFO, baby tiger sharks. Okay. Looks familiar, but I've never heard of a sloth bear. Oh, good. I'm glad I get to introduce you to this. So Baloo from the Jungle Book, at least in part, was based on a sloth bear, right? The bare necessities. And they kind of, it's kind of funny when they made that movie in like 2016 with like Christopher Walken's as King Louie and Bill Murray was Baloo. Bill Murray acted more like a sloth bear, but looked like an Asian brown bear, which is kind of funny because the cartoon one was a big frugivore. He was eating a lot of fruit and stuff and didn't seem to be interested in eating insects at all. But, you know, Kipling's version was a sloth bear, as far as I understand it.
not have an undercoat, thus keeping sloth bears cool in the tropical climate and protecting them from insects. Sloth bears are generally solitary animals. However, they are sometimes seen in pairs. They are nocturnal, though females become more active in the daytime when with cubs. Sloth bears do not hibernate.
Probably helps avoid predators, night hunting predators, because in this most populated corner of the earth, where like I think over 75% of the world's population exists in Southeast Asia, all the big predators that survived, the ones that lived to breed another day, were the ones that were nocturnal. So even if they're like a diurnal animal, like lions are a good example. Lions have natural diurnal behaviors, but move to hunting more at night when there are humans around. So it's advantageous for Mama Sloth Bear to move during the day in order to avoid her babies getting eaten by not only predators but other sloth bears. Male sloth bears will do that.
They make their daybeds out of broken branches and trees and rest in caves during the wet season. Sloth bears walk in a slow, shambling motion, but are capable of galloping faster than running humans. Although they appear slow and clumsy, sloth bears are excellent climbers. They may climb to feed and to rest, though not to escape enemies, as they prefer to stand their ground. The sloth bear of Mysore was an unusually aggressive Indian sloth bear, responsible for the deaths of at least 12 people and the mauling of 24 others in 1957. Cases of attacks on people happen quite frequently in India, but only one individual
They're pretty aggressive, like I was saying.
ate his victims. Some stories about this bear sound like typical legends. One of them says that a male sloth bear kidnapped a girl, treating her as his chosen one. The girl was saved by the inhabitants of Mysore, one of the biggest cities in India. It is said that later attacks on people were revenge for the girl's escape. A more probable version claims that the dangerous sloth bear was actually a female, whose cubs were killed by humans. Both stories have a common core. A desire.
Yeah, their appeal to emotion is the common core. They're trying to get us to emotionally connect with the sloth bear, which isn't a bad thing.
For revenge. Interestingly, The sloth bears are not big. The largest males weigh between 80 and 192 kilograms, and females, with whom we probably were here, from 55 to 124 kilograms. Considering the achievements of the relatively small sloth bear, we can imagine what
This is so weird for you to call that small. That's megafauna. That's not megafauna. Megafauna. It's the only bear that I would even consider a small animal is, or not even a small animal, I consider it a medium-sized animal, is the sun bear. Right? Sun bear is the only, and that's the smallest bear, and I'd still consider it a medium-sized animal, not small.
devastation could be caused by the grizzly bear, or Kodiak bear. The bear began its attacks in the Nagvara Hills, east of the town of Arsakiri, 105 miles northwest of Bangalore and Mysore State. It made its home in the numerous boulder-strewn hillocks, from whence it could come down to forage in the fields. As its boldness increased, it began harassing people in both daylight and nighttime hours. In typical sloth bear fashion, the animal...
And a lot of times when they look into these situations, they find out that these animals were had like something medically wrong with them. Like there was some level of illness or some kind of there's a word I'm looking for and it's gonna fucking escape me and it's gonna annoy me. I'm thinking it's not pathological. It's I don't know.
Attacked its victims' faces with its claws and teeth. Those who survived its attacks usually lost one or both eyes, some of their noses, while others had their cheeks bitten through. Those who died often had their faces completely torn from their heads. At least 3 of the victims had been partially eaten. The bear's depredations first came to the attention of Kenneth Anderson when an aged Muslim friend of his named Alam Buck sent him a postcard, urgently asking him to come to his home, a shrine situated between Arsakiri and Shimoga. Buck's 22-year-old son had been fatally mauled by the bear at 9 p.m., having unintentionally disturbed it while it was feeding on fallen figs. Anticipating an easy hunt, Anderson did not come prepared for a long trip, having brought with him for the hunt just an electric torch, a 405
and I was making sure I got everything rejected out to so that it's going to send you guys to Dr. Ben's after this is over.
Rifle, and a single change of clothes. Arriving at the shrine early in the evening, Anderson planned to wait until darkness to shoot the bear. Starting his search near fig trees, Anderson walked for 1.5 miles without spotting the bear. He then unsuccessfully searched groundnut fields before finally returning to the shrine. Anderson made 2 subsequent tours during the night, both of which proved unsuccessful.
Koala bear is the smallest, affectionately known as the chlamydia bear. Yeah, I mean, koalas are like there's other bears too. There's like water bear, which is a tardigrade. That'd be the smallest bear, right? A water bear. Yeah, I did a video on the Savo lines recently. So let me see if I can pull that. How long ago was that? It's been a while. There it is. There it is. Yeah, if you want to watch my coverage on the Savo lions, it's right here. You have to scrub through to Breeze Bestiary at the end, though.
At noon the next day, Anderson was taken to the mouth of what was thought to be the bear's cave. After throwing stones into the crevice with no results, Anderson returned to Bangalore, asking Bucks to inform him by telegram should the bear attack again. 1 month later, 2 woodcutters in Sakrapatna, a small town between Chitmagalur and Kadur, were seriously...
Are you talking about the term megafauna? They're megafauna too. Megafauna is generally anything over 90 kilograms. is megafauna. Let me see. Yeah, we can look at that. I got a few minutes. Yeah, okay, here we go. I'm just getting it pulled up here. Okay, so the precise definition of the term varies widely, though the common threshold, I said 90 kilograms, that's 45 kilograms, though I was wrong on that one. But yeah, 99 pounds, 45 kilograms is generally the line for it. So humans are generally considered megafauna.
Seriously mauled by the bear, one fatally. Anderson was contacted by the district forest officer of Chickmagular, who
I
requested
too have been to the Field Museum to see the Savo lions. It was pretty cool.
that Anderson
The
come
ghost in the darkness.
and shoot the bear. Anderson requested precise coordinates for the bear's whereabouts, and was answered 10 days later that the bear lived in a hillock
Well, if you compare that to this average size of fauna of the like just fauna in general, with just the animal kingdom, if you cover the whole range of the animal kingdom and what sizes everything is, then yeah, anything I would say anything over. I'd say the average, the middle line would probably be maybe a kilogram. So, average size is a kilogram. So from 1 kilogram to 45 kilograms could be like large fauna. Because that's going to be the median, right? And the median might be even like substantially smaller than that even. Just because there's most organisms, most animals are small, very small, measured in millimeters or centimeters. Yes, plankton are fauna. Well, plankton's sort of a mix though. Like there's fauna in there, but there's also I believe there's also going to be flora in there mixed in. So,
miles from the town, near a footpath leading to a lake called the Ironkeer. It was also revealed that the bear had since mauled the forest guard during a regular patrol. Anderson left for Chickmagular and set up his headquarters in a small house owned by the Mysore Forest Department. At 4:30 the next afternoon, a man rushed to the bungalow, stating that the bear had mauled
don't you hate when a man rushes your bungalow?
his brother, a cattle grazer near the hill where the bear allegedly had his lair. Setting forth with a rifle, a torch, and 3 or 4 helpers, Anderson journeyed 6 miles into the jungle for an hour and a half before coming
Easy
across
with
a
that gun,
heavily
dude. Bro, don't point that at the cameraman.
scrubbed hill. The helpers refused to accompany him any further, and Anderson followed the general directions given by the victim's brother regarding the attack's location. After searching for a while through the thick brush, Anderson heard the faint moans of the victim, whom he found lying at the foot of a tree, unconscious and
Is the victim moaning from having their bungalow rushed?
severely mutilated. Realizing that the man was dying, Anderson carried him for a short distance before spraining his ankle and collapsing. The victim died at 5 in the morning, and Anderson was found later by forest officials and a dozen villagers. He was hospitalized at Chickmagular for a week before resuming the hunt. During Anderson's absence, the bear had mauled 2 men along the path of Ironkeer
Not
Lake.
that bear. He's a good boy. You leave him alone. Aww.
Anderson arrived at Sakrapatna,
Him no maul nobody.
where he was told that the bear had taken to visiting some fields bordered by borum trees, a mile from the village. Anderson arrived at the site at 5 p.m. and spent the night at the foot of the largest tree. hoping that the bear would come. At roughly 11 p.m.,
Oh my
Anderson
God,
heard
so
the bear
adorable.
digging for roots in the distance, and an hour later, it approached the borum tree. Anderson shone his torch at the bear, which reared up on its hind legs in alarm. Anderson then shot it in the chest.
Why would you waste your time blasting it with your flashlight? Weird.
That's all for today. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with your friends. You can also leave a comment with what you would like to see in the following. While our
No. Oh, I'm getting tired now. I was up stupid late trying to get that dual streaming thing to work. But Ben's going to be dual streaming, so that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool, I guess. I wish I could have dual streamed. It's not fair. Anyhow, let's closing some stuff out here. All right, so hope you enjoyed the show today. Sorry again that it was silly. That it was silly tech gremlins at the beginning of the show, but it is what it is, and yeah. I hope y'all had fun. If you stick around, more aliens. There will be more alien stuff on the polls for sure. If you want to see more aliens, you got to come to the polls and vote for aliens because the audience picks what we cover. I don't. I give you like a spread of options. I don't have a two-party system. I have as many slots as I can. If I could have 12 slots, you'd have 12 options to choose from, right? YouTube gives me 4, so I give you guys four options. But I let my audience choose. So if you want to participate in that, what we cover on Weekend Weird, if you want to see what we cover on Cryptic Corner, or you want to have a say over that, and we'll probably start doing polls for Bree's Bestiary too after I finish with my Maneater segments. Which I don't know how many more I'm going to be able to squeeze in. I'm going to keep doing it until I can't think of any more animals, till I can't find any more evidence of any other animals eating people. That's going to be kind of the cutoff point, but I'm not going to exhaust myself on it now. Like, I just remembered that I forgot Nile crocodiles, of all things. One of the most prolific man-eaters in the animal kingdom, and I forgot it. So, you know. It wouldn't have worked for last week's show because we covered Mahamba, which is the giant man-eating croc. All right. So, please remember to be kind. Take care. And we'll see you next time. And don't go anywhere because I want to send you all the bigger audience I send over to Ben, the better. So, I mean, if it's not your scene, that's fine. But just at least pop over and say hi and give it a thumbs up because that's my household right there, okay? All right. Love you. I'll see you next week.
It's